Hello friends and welcome back to Restore You. It is Angela and I thought I would try to sneak in one more video before it was time for me to leave and go watch my favorite softball girl play this afternoon. So before I get started, a quick shout out to Studio QX, Becky with a K, and Lisa Morales for your support, for subscribing, and for your kind comments. And for all of you that are new to the channel, welcome. For all of you returning subscribers, just know that I always appreciate you, your comments, your thoughts, your ideas. They mean a lot to me. So I thought what I would do is share with you a few of the things that I've been working on off camera. I have a couple of Etsy shares, and then I thought we would do a little project that I had started and thought it might be fun for you guys to participate in. So the first thing that I will show you, let's see. I want to show you, I think I mentioned to you that I got a Switch for my birthday. I had not yet used it, so I spent some time. I was going to do a whole video in unboxing it and playing with it, and I was like, you know what? It's been a very long time since I've done die cuts or embossing using any Sizzix products, so I think I should probably do this on my own. So these are just a few things that I played around with. What I did realize is, I have a Cricut, so truthfully, I think that I will probably use the Switch mostly for embossing, because I had nothing, no way of doing that before. So that's probably what I'll primarily use it for. I have a lot of dies and I need to play around with it, and maybe I'll change my mind, but I think that's what I'm probably mostly going to do. So let me put these aside, and then let me show you what I got. This is an Etsy share, and this is from the Dollhouse. On Etsy, she is Lou Worth Blue, and Instagram Dollhouse Vintage, and it is Debbie Tobbit. And so Debbie sent me some fabulous vintage, and I want to say she said they were French fabrics and laces. So look how pretty she has all of these laid out. And I'm going to share with you what I was going to use these for. But I also ordered, and she also included, let's see, I don't want to mess this up, some pieces of quilt in this particular kit. And then I ordered another kit of just the quilt. And I'm pretty sure it was French fabrics or French, I don't remember. But I got all of these wonderful quilted pieces. Now, my guess is that these were indeed quilts at one time that she then cut apart, because some of them, the batting, it's not, it's just sewn together here. But there's just some really neat pieces. And I had been doing some of, yeah, see, that's vintage for sure. That's some pretty thick batting. I'd been doing some of these on my own, and that's why I initially wanted the fabric that she had to do some. And then I saw that she had some of these, and I was like, well, let me see how she does this. And I do have a few. Oh my gosh, that's gorgeous. That might be my favorite. I didn't even look and see if they were two-sided. I mean, obviously they're two-sided. That's just plain. But these are going to be great for little fabric flips, I think it would even be fun to do mini journals and, sew around these and make a front and a back, to some that fit together. But one of the things that I had been working on was, let me put this aside, these little gems. Where are they? And these were just some things that I had been working on, and I was like, well, you know, these aren't necessarily, a few of these are older fabrics. Some of them are reproductions. I'll tell you when I get to one that's really, truly old. You know, this was just a random bit. I did let's see. I don't remember when that was. But I did a video where I had gotten a bunch of fabrics, and so I just started kind of sewing them together. Well, that led me to do quite a few other things. So these are just some that I did, and then I got those fabrics to do more from Debbie. So if you haven't checked Debbie out, do so. Oh, she also sent some yo-yos, and I think we might use those today. And then that led me to some more projects, which I'll show you in a minute. But let me show you the other things that I've been working on. While I was in Omaha the last time, I just was using up some scraps. So I used some of my vintage wallpaper. And why is this? I hope this is recording. And some of my, these were Kool-Aid dyed papers. I had a bunch there. Oh, this one I made into, this is like a side one. Like a matchbook, but big. And then this one's just, this is just the cover, and then there's that. So I just made those. And then after I got done dyeing all of, I think most of these were from when I did the food coloring. But I used all of the papers. This must be, this is just one piece, and I just sewed around it. I used one of these in my, this is 2 pieces. And this idea came from, and I don't know what Rhonda uses, but Rhonda without an H, it's Rhonda Winstead on YouTube. She makes some of these, and she sells them in her shop. And so I was like, well, I'm just going to use some of these that already are a little bit crumply. And I haven't even cut some of these down. Like this one hasn't even been cut down. But I loved the way they turned out. And I have a whole, what did I do with those? Oh, they're all the coffee ones. But those will be fun to use in journals. So I did some of those. And then what else did I do? Oh, I don't know if I've ever shown you these, but I found this one, which this is one of my favorite quotes. Most of the time, I have all these thoughts bouncing around in my head, but with a brush in my hand, the world just gets kind of quiet. And that was Allie from The Notebook. And this one that I had printed a long time ago using dictionary page. And I was like, you know, I haven't done that for a while. Oh, and I also found this one. Now, this one I painted. I played with watercolors, which I really like. So I need to use that some more. In fact, that might be kind of cute in my 4th of July journal. So I just did a little bit of printing about. What I did when I printed these, just so you know, if you want to ever try this, is I backed them on a cardstock, real lightweight cardstock, and I just put 2 book pages down, and then I created my image, and then I put it on in the computer in a way in which it would print 2 at a time, and so that when it went through, it would print correctly. So that is how I did those. It's not very, very difficult, but I have a poppy journal that is, I've been working on gathering things. Okay, one thing. Do you notice anything about that? Yeah, it's upside down. I'm like, I don't care. I'm still going to use it. I think it's cute. But this one I thought I might paint in. This one says, be kind. Everyone is fighting a hard battle. This was just a pretty little bird I thought I would use for my nautical journal and more poppies. So I've been doing some of that on the sidelines, which I need to find my poppy journal stuff that I got. And then I also had a bunch of pieces that I had gotten from an auction, and I thought I would just show you because I want to put them away. But isn't that pretty? This is like a dresser scarf or a table runner. And I just kind of liked that. I mean, they're not, it said on the box, I got these at an auction. Did I say that? It said Swedish linens. So I don't know. This is a little tiny dresser scarf that's seen its worst for wear. This is cross stitch with embroidery around the sides. This one I love. Another dresser scarf. You know, they all have some stains on them, but I love this trim on here. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? So nothing really fancy or anything, but I want to do something with them, but not right now. And then there was the reason I bought it. Oh, there were these, which I think they're napkins. I don't know. I might put these in the shop, but they're kind of perfect to do like a traveler's notebook, just like that. But I'm not sure. The colors aren't really, they're not really my colors, but they might go with some of those oceanic, you know, journals. I don't know. But the reason I bought them, there's that little piece, were these little pieces. And I like these little embroidered, the smaller ones, because they just make neat little pieces for your journal. So I got a bunch of those. And then there was also some of these that I thought would be cute to cut apart. And I have a video I need to do just to finish up. And I don't know, it might air before this one actually does. Ooh, I didn't realize it was like that on that side. This one's a little heavier. It's almost like a pot holder. To finish up that monochromatic journal. So I might use something in there to do as little funsy. But here is what we're going to work on today. So I think I've mentioned this. If you've been following me for a long time, you know that I have a lot of ribbon. Tons of ribbon. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 12 by 12 little totes of ribbon. And I used to do that when I was making hats and bows and ribbons and such. And I just need to use it up. Well, I found a bunch kind of in my scrap little bin and started playing with them and created, well, I created these. And my intent was on, I think this one. This is going to be a fairy journal. This is out of like a little document cover. And did I put one in here? Yes. I thought, oh, I think I'll do a double belly band. Not necessarily on this page if I make it a top pocket. And I was like, well, instead of using paper, why not use some of this ribbon? So that is what I was kind of playing around with. I just stuck it in there to see how it would work. And then I kind of went a little crazy. So I want to show you how to do these because if you're like me, you have a ton of these. It is not difficult. And all you need is some ribbon. Mine mostly is grosgrain ribbon. So these are the ones that were in my scrap fabric. And there's a lot. Some little ones, some bigger ones, some squiggly. But I had a lot. And so I thought, well, let's just take a play and I'll kind of show you how to make these, and then we'll just go from there. I also have this one that needs to be finished. So all I did was I just decided on what color should we use. I kind of feel like we need something different. You can see on this one, all I did was just layered different little pieces of fabric. They were larger and I cut them smaller. I only did this on one side. I did fabric tack it here, and I do want to sew it across because I had put these on before I actually made the belly band because I wanted to make sure it would fit. So I do need to sew that. And this one I just left flat because we can make it as a little tuck. We can make it as a belly band this way. And then I just sewed down mine. But if you don't have a sewing machine, not to worry. You don't have to worry about that. This one I put on a little bit differently. I thought it would make a cute belly band. I could even put it on a piece of paper and make it a pocket with a belly band on it. I just really like that. And then this one might be my favorite. So the way I did this is I used a piece of the ribbon, and then I have 2 pieces of ribbon there. And then I just stacked all my fabrics very much like I did this one. Sewed it all down the line. I think I just did one strip. I did. And then I just started creating it into a ruffle. So you can see that's the back side. So I put them all on first so they were flat. And then I just went back and I ruffled it. And I do have a video on how to do ruffles really easy. And that's what I came up with. And I really love this. Because it would make... And the nice thing about these is because they're backed with the ribbon, it will be easy to slide things in instead of just using fabric. So it's a great base. So that is what we're going to do, is use some of these up. But I don't want to use red. I want to use a different color. And we might even use something that's, let's just use, we got to do something with that. Let's try this thinner one, because I haven't used this, and why not experiment with it? And let's just say we're going to make this into, well, I'll just do it this long. And then if I want to cut it off, now I will be sewing all of mine. So I will probably just lay them on there, maybe stick, I did not stick any glue on them when I did them originally, but for the sake of this video, I think we will. We'll just stick a tiny little tack of Fabri-Tac. Okay, so we've got chocolate, pink, a yellow, a navy, and a light blue. So we're going to dig into my scraps and see what we've got here. And you know, I have an affinity for the old feed sack fabrics, and for, here's some pink. I'm just pulling some of these out. Here's pink. Here's some yellow. I'm just going to show you how to do a couple of these, and this won't be a long video because, like I said, I got to go get myself ready. Okay, so we got a little bit of pink, a little bit of yellow. We've got some blue. We don't have really a lot of navy. There's a little navy in that. I'm not really worried about the brown. Let's just see what happens when we go with this. Oh, here's some more. Hang on. Here's some more. Oh, that's pretty red. Okay, let's just go with what we got and see what happens and how much we get on here. And so I'm just going to, that has a little bit of a, I kind of like that though. I'm just going to kind of go like this. You could rip them. It doesn't really matter. This is how I did these. I mean, you cannot, this pretty much, if you have a pair of scissors and some old fabric and some ribbon, you're good to go. And then I just, I had a bunch of inchies that were already cut. So I used some of those. Let's do the pink. And see, it doesn't really matter what it looks like on the back, but I mean, if you're going to do it as a whole round belly band and you're using a bigger piece, then you probably, I may not even glue these on camera, because as long as I can, what I did last time is I put them on this, all on this board on my cutting mat, and I literally left them on the cutting mat exactly how they were, and then took them up to my sewing machine and sewed them all on. And there were some, like the long belly band, that I just left on that mat and then just kind of helped it guide me, so I didn't have to, because I wasn't gluing anything. And it worked well. I mean, so, and you could use your pinking shears if you wanted. I think that's a little too much. Let's see. We need a little bit more. Oh, you know what we might be able to do? Let's make this, oh no. I suppose I don't have any colors of these that are complementary. This one isn't too bad. We can move all this down. Let's do this so that we can use it as it is. Because this is, if we keep it this length, it's 10 inches. And my journals generally are not that long. Let's move this way down. Okay, what are we down to now? We're down to 7.5, which is, that's fine. I'm going to leave this up here in case we wanted to maybe make it over the top of the band. And then let's just put that right on top of it. And just for an added little oomph, let's see if we have a button. Button. Who's got the button? I got buttons. I know I have buttons. Let's just use something neutral. Can we just use white? Sure we can, but I'm going to glue that on now. No, I'm not, because if I sew it. So there you go. That's all there is to it. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Let's do this so that I can do the same thing as I did yesterday or whatever day that was that I did this. We're going to put it right on there. And then when I'm all finished, I will take them all upstairs and put something on them. Okay, so that's just a single. What happened here? I'm dropping things. Stick this back on there. It's my scratch paper. Let's do something with this. On this one, I use this for a double belly band, so 2 pieces of the ribbon. These are from the wax seals, the little trick I showed you, how to make the little faux adhesive pieces. But I have some things that might go with it. This I love. It's not totally cut out exactly how I want it, but that's super cute. But I'm not sure that it really goes with the vibe. So, and then I have this, which is just I think that's a little too subtle. And then I have this. That's kind of pretty. Which one do I like better? I mean, I like this one better. I don't think these 2 pieces do it for me. All right, we're going with this. So let's just consider this one done by putting some glue right here. Just to make sure. And I am going to... Sorry, Debbie, I promise I'm saving this. I just don't want to get that on there. And there we have it. I like that. That was just a little cluster I had. Okay, so we got that one done. We have this one done. This one we can move off that. Gosh. All right, let's do another one. Let's do one with this bright orange. And you know what? I don't know what I would put this in. But hey, who says it has to be something I've got right now? This stuff has been laying around. And you know, this is, I think I have like way more of this up there. I'm looking up at them. Okay, so when I did this, which is pretty standard, I wanted to tell you, you know, if these aren't something you can probably make a lot ahead if you do a lot of different size journals. So just be aware of that. So this is 9 inches long. So I had 8, well, yeah. So 18 inches of ribbon. So let's make sure we have 18 inches of ribbon. And then what I would suggest is do not, you know, make your, put all your fabrics on it and sew it all together, but don't sew 12. Okay. but don't put it on, what am I trying to say? Don't do this. Do not glue it and or sew it together like this until you're actually ready to put it on your piece. So here's what you have as options. First of all, then you know for sure that you've got the right size. Second of all, if you don't want to use it as a double belly band, you could cut it apart and use it as little clusters. And, you know, now you have a snippet roll. Just moving that aside. And the reason I left this, we could make this into even a dangle. We could fold this over, make it a little tab. We could put a little dangle on the end. You know, you can do a lot of different things with it. What do I have over here? Oh, these are some of the things. This is with that fabric. I should have showed you that earlier that I made. That little cluster. That one. And then this one, I had an old... This is interesting. The Fabri-Tac like made this all kind of curl up. And this is a really vintage piece. And then I just used 2 pieces of fabric to make it a tuck. But I don't know why I didn't show you those a long time ago. But there we go. Okay. Orange. Well, let's see if there's anything in this bag. And this is just one of those things you could just work on. I mean, you could do a lot of these. That color's pretty. That one's not bad. Ooh. This kind of has a little bit of a... Yeah, maybe. Oh, here's some tiny ones. Let's see. Let's go for the tiny ones because we don't want to... Well, that's about the same size. So I hope you guys are all doing awesome. I have been very productive. I'm trying really hard to get a lot of videos kind of done in advance. I'm just searching here. I have a lot of work at the... That is different, right? Yeah. At the venue. To get ready for, you know, some of the art sale stuff that I want to do. And it's taken me forever. We could probably work in there. So if I at least get, you know, 3 videos done a week, and if I can do more than 1 in a day, then that just, it makes me feel better. I don't know. We're going to try this one a little bit bigger. I'm just going to start throwing things on there and see what we end up with. I don't know if I want it that big because I don't really want it to hang over. I mean, if I was doing clusters, I wouldn't care. But I'm going to also leave a little space in between for that orange to kind of pop. I think that would be good. Let's do this one. I'm just looking around, and I love orange. It's one of my favorites, but I don't have necessarily a ton of like orange embellishments. We'll just work on the basis here. Don't worry if it's not ironed. You can tear or you can cut. I don't like to have to deal with, on these little pieces, with strings. So I like to cut. I mean, this is not, it's not probably anything that you guys haven't done before, but I think that the idea of you putting it on a ribbon, just, it makes me feel better. Why did I just do that? That I'm using up some of my ribbons that, I mean, I'm really not going to use those for, I'm not making more bows. I'm doing it again. Oh my Lord, Angela. What else have I been up to? We had our first night of farmer's market last night. That was really fun. And I got to spend a little time with some of my favorite girls during and after, so that was nice. I'm going to put a few of these on there, and I think I'm going to call that one good. I just like this little, I'm going to put it in a little bit different. It was a warm night, but let's stick that all on there. Okay, well, that's not going to fit on my... Well, we won't worry about it on camera. I'll take care of that afterwards. All right, let's see how much time. We're at 30 minutes. I don't want to spend too much more time. But now I have, look at all these other scraps that I made. Oh, one thing I wanted to tell you, which I did not do. Can you see that? Still you can. I'm just going to do it by lifting this up. With grosgrain ribbon, I always sear. I call it searing the edges with a lighter. I do have a big lighter. I just don't know where it... Well, I do know where it's at. I just didn't get it out. Just to make sure that it doesn't fray. So, there we go. That's done. All right, which other one should we use? What about... Well, first of all, let's see what we've got for fabrics in this big old chunkalunka. I've been putting all of those scraps that I've been getting from the... Oh, here. Let's do something. See what I'm saying? Let's do something with this one, because it's a little patriotic, and I just did a video with a special Etsy offer for my subscribers, and then I went through and I shared some of the, not Etsy, just a special offer for all of you that subscribe. And then I did, I shared some of my patriotic 4th of July Etsy items that I had totally forgot I needed to do. And then I started picking out, you guys helped me if you watched. I picked out a bunch of paper and elements to do. Let's just do this one at 12 inches. And we won't do this as a wrap around, because I'm doing a little golden book for that one. So I'm just going to do it as kind of clusters, and we'll just go from there. So yeah, that was kind of fun. You guys helped me pick out all kinds of fun things. Now I'm doing it all wrong. We're just going to rip. I think we'll do this one a little all over the place. We'll just do different sizes. But super simple. The whole goal was for me to get a few of these done. And second of all, to show you how you can utilize that grosgrain ribbon. So I hope you try it. I love this. This will be cute with some little patriotic elements, won't it? I think I'm just going to do, I want these little flowers off camera, aren't I? I'm going to move this down. I think I'll leave it just like that. So there you have it. Now, you can either choose to glue it all together or to make it into, or sew it. So either way. So we've got that one. What else could we do? I think that's probably good for now. We've got 3 of them started. Oh, here, wait, what's this? Okay, I will never use this, but do we want a couple stars? Yes. And hearts, maybe? I don't want the bears. We can make those really little. Get rid of the bear. I don't know if I like that. We'll leave them on there. How about a blue one? I'm just going to cut that out. We'll leave them there. We may use them. So there you have it. And then all you need to do when you're ready is measure your journal page and wrap it around without having it adhered together like this one. Make sure it slides on and off, but it's tight enough that it's going to hold your other little pieces of ephemera, and you're good to go. So that is that. And I hope you enjoyed our time together. It was quick, but I just wanted you to see that. So I hope you have a fabulous rest of your day. And remember to take time to just be. We'll talk to you soon. Cheers.